Mortaza here with Heartbeat. I'm going to show you how to build a customized onboarding flow for your community. Now, onboarding is one of the most important steps for a new community member. This is the very first thing that they're going to see. What we want to do is collect a little bit of information from them, be able to help them create their bio, allow them to opt in for some different interest groups in the community. So the choices they make, it'll actually give them access to unique content that's related to that. We want to show them an introductory video that kind of guides them around the community and shows them where they're going to get value and get useful information. And then finally, we want to make sure that they accept a code of conduct that everybody else in the community is accepting, making sure that everyone's on the same page. So to get started, I'm going to visit my settings up here in the top right corner of my community. I'm going to navigate down to the onboarding option under members. And from here, I've got some onboarding questions that I've set up. Heartbeat will automatically set up some for you. I've gone ahead and edited these a little bit more as well. And in these questions, we've got questions and we can set the toggles as required, include answer in user bio, and then private. Required questions are obviously, we're going to require you to answer them. And what we do is we automatically include all of these questions in a new introductory post that's made for this member as they're coming into the community. We can also choose to include that answer into their user bio. So everywhere in the platform where you click on that user's face or on that name and their bio information pops up, this information pops up there. And this is a really nice hack for making sure that everybody in the community, you have context around who you're speaking to. Again, it feels like a collective of human beings, not just a bunch of faces and profiles. And then finally, I can set questions as private. So if I have a question where I don't want that response to be available to everyone, something like, do you have any dietary restrictions? Or what's your t-shirt size? Those I can set as private. So we're only going to grab that information and store it on the back end. We're not going to expose that to other members in the community. So I've set up these questions where I'm going to grab the tell us about yourself question and turn that into the user bio. Everything else, except for the t-shirt size question, is just going to go into the introductory post. And now this last question over here, what's the best meal you've ever eaten? I really like questions like these just because I know they're going to generate conversations, fun things around food, always make a conversation, go. The next question that I've got over here is around groups, where I've actually set up some access groups on the back end. Each of these is tied to their own discussion channel. So there's a beginner discussion channel, an intermediate one, an advanced one. We have some videos that'll show you how to do it. But this way, when you make these choices as you are getting started in the community, you will actually unlock more content that is tied to that choice. So it creates this as a little more of a choose your own adventure journey within the community. The next option is where I can turn on that intros channel post. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. So any new member that joins, their information is going to be posted into this introductions channel, and we let members know that as they're actually going through the onboarding. I can ask for some social links as well. I can include an onboarding video as well over here too. And what I recommend doing for this onboarding video is just figuring out how to reduce time to value. If there's specific areas in the community, maybe we've got some events that they can RSVP to, they've got a course that they can complete, and we've got some discussion channels that are really active. I'd want to point people into those three directions, basically letting them know, hey, you came in here to solve a specific problem or achieve a specific transformation. These are the top 3 areas I'd recommend to get started on that. Finally, I can grab a code of conduct. This is going to pull from a document inside of my Heartbeat documents section. We actually start off every community with a templated code of conduct, so you can use this, make some light edits, and then use this as your required code of conduct. And then the last couple things is I do require profile pictures when you're joining this community. The reason why I like doing this is it does add a little bit of friction in the early stages, but what's really powerful is now when you're in the community, it's a sea of faces and it feels like a bunch of unique human beings, again, rather than just a bunch of random accounts inside of a community. I turn on location as well because this way we can collect location data from folks and then we can use this to create things like location-based subgroups. So if I want to do an in-person event with all the people in my New York section of my community, you can really easily grab everybody and pull them in there. And then finally, I've added some workflow emails. I didn't type these up myself. I actually just went to the workflow section of Heartbeat and I used the onboarding emails template. So as people come into my community, we're going to send them 3 emails about 5 minutes after they join, the next morning after they join, and then 2 days after they join, just to help acclimate them into the community. So this is what all of these settings do. And finally, we can just click this preview button up here to experience what this onboarding flow looks like. So I can upload my profile picture, hit next down here. I'm going to type in my name, so Mortaza Bambot. I can add in my location, so we're going to click Chicago, Illinois. I can add in my LinkedIn profile, so I'm just going to type in linkedin.com in Mortaza Bambot. All right, so I've got everything here. Next, I can add in to the tell us about yourself. and I'm gonna put over here, pasta chef, and then what's my favorite book? Ooh, this is a good question. Well, when I was a kid, it was Winnie the Pooh. And then I can add in my t-shirt size. We're gonna put large. And then I can add in best meal I've ever eaten. Oh man, anything my mom cooks. Cool. And then on the next page, I can go ahead and choose my experience level. I'm gonna go ahead and choose the advanced option. Next, I get this video over here. So I can watch this full video. And again, what you wanna do here is just reduce time to value as much as possible. And on these final stages, I can double check, make sure that this profile looks good. I'm excited about the way all this information is displayed, and click the finish option. This is gonna pull out that code of conduct. You can tell I forgot to edit it before this video, but all of this information I can go ahead and see, and then hit the agree button on my end and complete my onboarding into the community. Now, what's really powerful is I've done the onboarding myself, and this is the default onboarding we've set up for everyone in the community. You can even customize this further. So I've got some different groups in my community. I've got like a pro tier in my community as well. This is for my paid membership where you have to pay to join this. And this is gonna be for people that are a little bit further along in their business and building out marketing strategies. So I could create a separate onboarding profile for pro members, ask them different questions maybe about their business, and have that included in their bio as well, or have that included in their introductions post. So there's a lot of different ways that you can customize the experience over here and really make sure that you're providing a phenomenal guided experience as people get started in the community. Thanks so much for watching. Let us know if you have any questions. You can reach out to our support team at support@chat.